So here we are looking at Lab 6-2 rental units, and this was where we were pulling out information using the advanced filter. So recall the criteria range looks at the data, in this case in the middle where vacation rentals is, and whatever meets the criteria lands in the extract area down below. So in item D, and I clipped it here, it's right in the middle there, select rental locations that are available in November and are less than $1,000 per week. So in order for this to work, when you use an and, you have to put the criteria on the same line. So the problem is, how do you get all of November? There are a couple of ways to do this, but I want to show you a way that I think will be helpful for you down the road when you're extracting information out of a database in Excel. So when you just look at the data, you can clearly see that you've got 1, 2, 3 rental units that are available in November, and if you just quickly look over there, you can see that the first one was 1,000, the second one is 1,100, and the third one is 675. So the question is less than 1,000. So really, just looking at that, only the 675 would meet that criteria. But I want you to think a little further. So I want you to think about, what if this list was super duper long, and it would not be so easy to just look and see if you're right or wrong? And what if the list was really long and you wanted to look at 2 months, for example? All right, so what we want to do is we want to put a start date, the start date of the 1st of November here. So November 1st, 2017 is the start date we're looking for, and less than $1,000 for the weekly rate, so less than $1,000. So that's the and, but then we're also adding another and. We want it to be starting, I'm sorry, this needs to be greater than or equal to the 1st of November. And we also want another start date that is less than or equal to, or less than the 1st of December would work. All right, or we could say less than or equal to the last day of November. Now we can't put it on the second line because that would be an or. And if we ran that, we would get every record would meet that, right? Meet that criteria as long as it was less than $1,000. So that wouldn't work. 2 lines is when you want to do an or. So what we're going to do is create an extra criteria line. So we're going to copy the start date and paste it over on the right. And in this section, we're going to go less than 12/1/2017. Oops, I could put 10. All right, and then when we go through the advanced filtering, we have to make sure that our criteria range contains the M column. I had already done this before I started the movie, so I already have M in there, but yours should stop at L, so you want to modify that so it's including M in the criteria range. Copy to a new location. Let's see if we got that to work. Okay, so it did bring us the correct solution to that. If you wanted to goof around with it, you could play around with a lot of different ways to use that extra criteria. I hope this is a good tool for you down the future to let you have more options for putting criteria in and sifting out some information. All right, thanks.